I'm Steve and welcome to my channel. So the biggest problem I've had with this project is getting the fittings to connect to this check valve. Now this is the one that goes on the tank, and this thread goes in the tank, and that's the one-way valve there, and it had two motors originally, and they screwed on here. The other end of this went to the motor. The problem is this thread is 14mm by 1.5mm pitch, and it's very difficult to get fittings for this. Now I did find these two fittings, a company in England that specialise in air products and things, but then when I got it I realised it's the wrong type. So this hasn't got an internal flange for this to go into, and it won't actually screw on. So what I've done this morning, I've got the other one, and I cut the end off a little bit. I cut it off a little bit, and I kept getting this red hot, and then I kept forming this with a punch. The problem is I'm not happy with it, because if you can see in here, it's actually squashed the pipe. Where I was holding it in the vise here, it squashed the pipe. So I'm going to have another go on this one, and if this comes out okay, I'll order another one of these and do it again. So this time I'm not taking any chances. I'm going to try to hold it in here. Okay, plan number 2. I've decided it's best not to heat this up because it will distort it. And if I can get it, the only way I could get this one to seal was to finish off with this countersink. It's 90 degrees. This is brand new and it's carbide, and I just scratched it round a bit, and that was the only way I could get that one to seal properly. So I thought, why not just go all the way with this one. I just realised this is the tool for the job. This is still nice and sharp, and it's much easier to keep it straight. I don't know if you can see that. Yeah, it's coming up very nice, nearly there. So now I'm going to test it to see if it's bedding down. So I just put marker in there, I'll screw it on, and then I just go like that. Hopefully what we're aiming for is a bit like a valve on a cylinder head. So yeah, I think you can see that on camera. It's touching all the way around. So I've been trying all different positions for different things on here. This arrived today, and that metal plate, I just found it in the cupboard and it was just the right width this way. I just had to cut it to length. Now the only problem is that where this comes out of this grommet here, it's a bit near this cover, but I've just been thinking I could actually push it towards this way and push that one towards that way a bit. It gives a bit more clearance here. I think it should be fine. So this box is very nice, and it's got 2 tabs on the outside to screw it down, but it hasn't got a tab here. And you know, to me, that's the weak point there. They're going to break. The reason I put the tabs on the outside is so that if one of the terminals inside comes loose, it's not going to short out onto any metal. Now I've got some plastic or nylon screws and nuts, so I think I'm going to drill the bottom of this box. So that's a tiny little nylon screw. Now I have got bigger ones, but I think that's enough just to hold it. Can't do it too tight. Yeah, and that's so small it's not going to interfere with any wires there. And just a little screw like that makes all the difference. Well, I've just placed those 2 motors on the top just to check everything's lining up. And there's a nice gap there, that's not going to touch. And the same that side. And these wires, I have had a fiddle and I can get it so that the wires don't touch the motor, because this is the part that gets hot. Obviously the windings are here and everything, so I don't want any wires to touch here. And if I find they do touch, I can get some cable clips maybe and mount on here or something. Right, I've got everything together. I've got everything I need now to assemble the job. I've got the 4 motors. I got these Jubilee clips the other day. That was the last thing I was waiting for. I've done the other elbow and it's all nice and sealed. And if it was leaking, my tongue wouldn't stay on like that. I've got the 2.5mm flexible cable that's going to feed the 4 motors. Got these elbows, and so everything I need. So now it's time to put it all together and see if it works. So as I was getting ready for this, I remembered these wires are loose in here. You can actually see the red and the black are moving backwards and forwards. So it's not being clamped at all. So that's something I'm going to have to put right. I don't like that. That's bad quality again. Keep finding little things with these compressors. So yes, the black outside is not even long enough to go into the washer inside. So the problem is the washer, I think. The hole in here is too big for this wire. Yeah, that's better. Problem solved. Should be an LED come on. Yes, that's working. I think what I'll do now is I'll put this in here and make sure this is working. Right, it's open now. Turn the power on. Yeah, it's closed. Open. Okay. So that's the job finished now. I just turned it on, it does all work okay. And I don't know if it's my imagination, but it seems quieter than it was when it had 2 motors. So I've just let some air out, so I'm going to turn it on now. Now, you could probably hear me, I'm just talking normally. I've got a mic here, but you know, I'm just talking normally over this. I'm very pleased with the sound. It seems to have made it more solid. Maybe it's less vibration. So the only thing I don't like is this pipe. I'll turn this on. As you can see that's relaxing. Now, I got this on eBay, and in the advert on eBay it said it's good for 15 bar, but I got a feeling this is not going to last because it's quite flexible, and when it's under pressure it moves. I'll turn it on again. Oh, that's I've got to oh. Is that not going on? It should go on by now. Right, I heard it click then. So now it should go on. Now watch this pipe. You know, to me that's not very good. And obviously it takes a long time for the pressure release valve to get all the air out of these pipes. So now I'm going to make up some soapy water and go around all the joints to make sure there's no leaks. That's worked out all right. I didn't get any leaks in these pipes, but thinking about it, even if you had a tiny little leak on the outlet to the tank, it doesn't really matter, because when the motors stop and the check valve closes, these are not under pressure anyway, so they won't be losing any air. But I did have one leak, and that's where this screws into the switch unit here, and I didn't even move that, so it's dry. So I'm going to put some of this on there, and that should solve that problem. Yeah, that's better. Yeah, that's good stuff. That is good stuff. So now I'm going to do a test run, like a dry run, as though I'm actually spraying. And I've got the gun set to 30 psi, and this is just about to turn on. So I'm going to let it turn on and carry on spraying, and see if it keeps up with the spray gun. Well, let's turn it here. Right. Right. Only just kept up with it. Mind you, this is set at 30. And I think you can spray at 20. I'm not too sure. If anyone is watching this who's an experienced paint sprayer, you know, can I set this at 20, 25 or 30? But it's coping at 30. So yes, that's it. It's a success. So that's the job done. So what I'm going to do now is turn it on, see how long it takes to pump up. I've got the timer again, same as before, and I'm going to start them at the same time. So that's worked out at 1 minute 9 seconds. So that's the end of this video. Now my next video will probably be the Ace Calf, which is on the 17th of June. And it's an event in the morning, AM event. They get there early and it will be all Consuls, Zephyrs and Zodiacs. And it's a really good meeting. And I've been there a couple of years on the trot, took a few videos. So if you haven't seen those, have a look in my videos at the bottom. Click on the video tab and it'll come up with all my videos that I've got on there. So I'll be recording that event and putting it up here. And also, if you like my videos, please click the like button. And if you want to comment, and if you want to subscribe, and it helps my channel. So thank you for watching and hope to see you next time.